So I'm here with Dan of DUDERELLA.
Yes. Oh, there we go. I had these earphones in my head, and I was like, why is it so low and not coming from the earphones? That's me. Even with the bass plugged in, I'm like, oh, it's not plugged in.
I can relate to that.
It's just like, okay, don't look like a fool. You look like a fool.
You did it. You did it. So what have you been up to since the last time I had you in the studio, which I can't even remember when it was at the moment.
I mean, it was definitely before pandemic,
Well, obvio.
right?
Yeah, for
Crazy.
sure.
It seems like so long, but not long. Well, the funny thing is, the official day of like quarantine was our video release party at Non Plus Ultra, and we were gonna
Oh
have
yeah.
with us, Co-Ed, Trap Girl, the Groans, I think, the Span Speed of Light, and we were just like had our fingers crossed, like since like that Monday, we're like, this is weird. This will be over soon. Why is everyone? But I mean, look what happened.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so it
But I
definitely
can
was.
um no, I was just gonna say I can relate to that because Royalties had a show like the last weekend of March. And
Mm.
yeah, I definitely had my fingers crossed for that one too.
It's like I wouldn't have cared so much if it didn't take so much hard work just to secure a venue.
That's so true.
It's like
Yeah,
pulling teeth.
it really is.
But hopefully now when this is over, like everyone would be like, please,
Please
please,
come play.
anybody.
Uh,
um,
um,
but yeah, we just been like we were supposed to go on tour, we were gonna do all these things, but who just kind of just are like, okay, let's just make stuff. Let's start making more material. So that's what we've been doing.
where were you supposed to go on tour?
We were supposed to go tour like to like Oakland or Portland and back. We were gonna go with the Mod Pods. We had like 4 dates secured.
Wait, had you all been posting about those before?
No, we wanted to make sure we had like at least 7 dates and the tour poster before we did it.
Hmm.
So everything was literally like we were in the midst of it, and I think even after we were kind of like, do we like try to still do this? But of course, as days went on, the future became bleaker. So,
Bleaker and bleak.
or even more bleak. But
Yeah.
yeah, we just been doing our thing and just kind of just getting ready for like a new release. Yeah.
Well, I feel like y'all were pretty active, like for most of the pandemic. Like, in terms of,
I know, right? Like we never stopped.
yeah, exactly. Like you were still always kind of writing, basically.
Yeah, totally. It was just like, well, I mean, what else are we supposed to do? Like,
Well, and it's so much easier when it's a two-person project as well,
oh yeah, for sure.
especially the
Uh,
circumstances of
oh my
everything.
God. No, yeah, because we were sharing a studio with Katsu Oso and Young Gachita. And they have like at least 5 people in the band, plus then more. So it was like, whoa, like we had the studio to ourselves for a while because,
Oh, heck
the
yeah.
whole social distancing, whatever, quarantine, fear, like
Weird
everything.
blessing in disguise.
Yeah. So yeah, we just kind of been like, yeah, just working on things and trying not to like put stuff up, even though it's so like I want to.
So you have a whole like platter ready to present.
That's what we're trying to do. I mean, we have like a bunch of merch ready to go.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't want to be an evil person and have it ready right now during the holidays. But no, we have like merch ready. We have a video that we're almost done with. The EP's like in like mastering mode right now. So we'll be like giving 3 songs out. Well, we're gonna release 3 songs probably like in the next couple months. But
Nice.
yeah, we're just trying to get like the videos finished.
What's that like making music videos right now?
What's it like?
Yeah.
It's cool. I mean, the one we did, we're in the Mojave Desert. We went to go camp out there, and we lugged our equipment up these sand dunes, which was
Oh my
exhausting.
gosh. When was this?
Yeah,
Like what time of year?
this was like maybe 2 months ago, a month ago.
So it's still pretty warm.
Yeah, I mean it was warm, but it wasn't like it was Halloween basically. That's when we went.
Oh, so it wasn't horrible that around that time.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible. It was nice, but like I don't know what was
Well,
wrong
you
with
know
my
what?
body.
This is how little of concept of time I have at the moment. When you said 2 months ago, I thought like August was 2 months ago.
I know, no. I know, right? It's like just melting together.
Honestly.
It's like, wait, is it Sunday or second Sunday?
Seconds. Have you been working
Oh my God, yes.
the whole time? Are you? Don't tell me
Dude,
y'all are still open.
we are, girl. I don't know why. Well, I can't even say anything because everything is so contradictory.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So, but apparently ice cream is essential business. So I have been working the damn
Hey,
pandemic since the beginning.
some would argue that ice cream is essential in many types of crises, including a pandemic and depression and
I
breakup.
was just I joke and I say it's essential to diabetes.
Oh my God.
But it's
Yeah.
like, damn, bro. Like, I mean, it was pretty like lame when like I was working and people weren't working and they're making like twice as much what I was making. You
Yeah.
know, that was like thing that took me like aback or whatever. I was like, that sucks. Like,
Yeah. Well, and that's like another example of everything just being so contradictory at the moment.
yeah, don't go outside, but come to the mall.
Yeah.
People get mad about it, like other people, but it's like, don't get mad at other people. Get mad at like the bigger picture. It's like if they really wanted us to be home, they would make that happen. You know, we wouldn't be getting sick. What is it now that they're saying $600 for a stimulus?
Oh no, or I thought it was like 3 different payments of like, or 4 different payments of $300, like spread over a month. So $1,200, but just not all at don't spend it all at once.
Oh my God, I know, right? It's just frustrating. But yeah, I have been working. I'm getting vacation time like the end of December, which is nice, but
Ooh,
it's exhausting.
nice.
Yeah. What about you? You have you?
I was out of work pretty much like the, the weekend that everything shut down back in March.
Yeah.
And I went back to work Halloween weekend, actually.
Oh wow.
So yeah,
How
I
was
was
it?
on the other end of the spectrum with those $600 payments. I was living lavishly in my house for 8 months.
Hey, that's awesome.
I mean, it really didn't. It in the grand scheme of things, like it wasn't a lot of money. It's all gone already. Like
No, yeah, for sure. It's like I'm gonna save this. Like,
you
no,
can't.
you're not.
Yeah.
You can't. Like, there's no way.
So you've been working. You've been writing. What are you hoping that Duderella looks like in a post-COVID world where music is a thing again? Live music is a thing again.
I don't know. I don't think I ever thought of it like that. We just want to play shows, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, like, because everyone's been like locked up for the like almost year, maybe they would pay attention more to not just us, but like other bands and like really like, oh, this is their vibe, this is what they're about, you know.
Well,
Um,
I'm thinking that by the time live music does start to, I guess, opens back up, people who are involved in the DIY scene, I always say DUI scene when I try to say DIY.
I mean, yeah, I think that like people will kind of be more
I
what's
was
the
gonna say
word
people
for
are just
it?
gonna be hungry for it at that point.
Totally, like that's what I also mean about like the venues, you know, like before they're very picky of like, oh, you're gonna bring anyone, but it's like people are gonna go
People are
now
gonna
because
go,
it's gonna
yeah.
be open. And I think at that level, people are gonna appreciate live music more, you know.
Yeah,
And I think that's like I guess a silver lining I see with it.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Did when the pandemic started, did you consider like stepping away from music at all? Because a few people that I've talked to kind of saw it as like a opportunity to like take a breather. Or what did
No.
you even not even think about it? You're just like, I have to keep going.
Yeah, I think it was like that. It was just like I don't know. This is like a dream since I've
Yeah.
had since I was a kid, and I think yeah, I kind of thought like, no, I'm not gonna like let this stop me from doing this. Like maybe we did kind of take breaks in a way, but it wasn't something like, hey, I'll meet you in the studio in a month.
Yeah.
Um, it wasn't like that. It was kind of just like, well, this kind of sucks because we had all these plans and now this. It's like, but I was like, no, no, sweetie, I'm not gonna like fall into that. We just kept doing it because I don't know. I feel like if we did it, I don't know where we would be. We probably wouldn't. I don't even know if we would be doing it. Um,
Miserable.
yeah, I mean, I feel like I mean, if I'm not at work, I'm here, and it's not a lot I do.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it was just like, okay, um, I guess we could stop, but I'm not gonna stop. But there's also a lot of other things too, like I have OCD, so like I felt like I was getting like my mental head on. I was like, oh, like germs or whatever. I'm not that afraid of them. And then like this pandemic thing came, and it was just like a really like a weird viewpoint. It was like, okay, what do I do right here? Because now I have like the world telling me that I'm correct. Like wash your hands, do
Yeah.
all this, be like extra careful, and I have to say I'm amazed at how I didn't like get severely depressed or anxiety ridden because of this virus or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was a
That's
lot
a
of like
lot.
that kind of thing too, like kind of like challenging myself um, with with what life brought me after being so, whatever. You know what I mean? Like it was just like, okay, I need to like, yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but I think the listeners get it.
I'll take a poll.
What is he talking about?
Deconstruct this interview for us.
It's like, how many likes were in this sentence? Like, yeah.
uh,
But
well,
I get, sorry.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
But I guess, yeah, I mean, I guess I could see why some people would want to like step back from it, you know. But at the same time, I feel like the people in maybe I'm crazy, but the people in the industry are probably looking at everything online right now. So it's like
True.
churn stuff out because they're
Yeah,
watching.
honestly. I never even
Because
thought of
yeah,
that.
because it's like the noise is quieted down now. Now all you really see is like mainstream artists being like catapulted up on like your IG feed or Spotify or
Yeah,
Facebook. So I think that's how we also saw it too. It's like, well, the noise is kind of quiet down. Let's try to like, you know, make our, I guess, our voice heard, or I don't know, have a scene in some way.
yeah,
But yeah,
I like
that's
that.
that.
I can understand that. I was gonna ask, so when your project was solos, just you, drum machine, bass, not too much synth, and now that you've introduced synthesizers to the band and a live drummer, who Chris was there with us,
Yeah.
had you both in studio, has the songwriting, like the way you go about songwriting, changed?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's always been like an evolution. Like even from like the stuff I wrote like back then, there wasn't like one way I would write a song. I mean, my favorite way to write a song is when I have like lyrics all ready to go.
And you kind of have
And
like a melody in your head already.
yeah, like those, that's always my favorite, but that doesn't always happen. But I mean, it's always changing. Like with that song Money that we released, like I think like 3 months ago, we were just doing like an Instagram set for, I forgot what page, and Chris is like messing with the synth, and I was like, oh, I like that, keep that. And then we were just like, I had like lyrics or like a poem I wrote up like months ago and in my notes on my phone, and I'd printed them out recently because I needed to make room on my phone, and it just kind of worked out. So it was like that kind of writing happened,
Yeah.
or like, I mean, yeah, that's a good example. Like, but who's to say that's gonna happen again? Or it just changes. It's never like the same way. Um, yeah,
Well, I think
it's
that's
always
what
different.
is probably like most organic about your songwriting process then, is that it's like however that song happened, like that's the way that that particular song was meant to happen.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I mean, it was like, I mean, it's not like a distorted bass and like bashing punky drums. It was
Yeah.
like a very like gothy ballad, electro, whatever. And I was like, whatever, let's just release it. So that was cool. And then then before that we released like the Dream FM EP, the covers. So that was a different writing experience too, because it was just kind of like us in the studio. Um
Instead
just
of like
layering.
someone's bedroom.
Yeah, so yeah, we'd come with little pieces and then I'd leave, and then Chris would like do more stuff to it, and then we'd come back to it and like, we should do this, add more layers. What kind of vibe do we want to have for it? Like there's like strings in there.
After you got some
There's
inspiration.
I mean, that's always like, I don't even know if that even like does anything to us anymore. It's like, oh, air. But I mean, yeah, I mean, we're always smoking some flowers. There's like no way, because we're not big drinkers.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the writing process is always different. But I think that's what makes it fun. And you just get to see like what sticks.
Yeah. I like that. So, what have you been watching?
Oh my god.
Give us
I
your
mean,
pandemic essentials.
King of the Hill, but duh. Simpsons, but duh.
Classic.
But
Wait, what was that?
The Simpsons?
Oh, well, duh.
I know, right? It's like those are just like, oh, you like food, you like pizza,
Yeah.
okay.
You're a normal
But
person.
what have I been? I mean, There's a show, well, The Mandalorian. I know, right?
You say it like you're
um,
ashamed.
I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah, I watched it.
It's good. There's this show called The Flight Attendant.
The
It's
flight
on
attendant.
HBO Max right now, and this girl, she's a flight attendant, and she meets this guy on the plane, and she goes out with him, and she's in a hotel, and she wakes up in the morning, and she wakes up next to him, and he's dead, and she doesn't remember. So it's like a mystery, like the mystery dark comedy. Like it's really good.
Okay.
What else was I watching? The Undoing.
Oh, I just finished that. That one was so good.
I know, right? I'm like, oh my
So
god, he
dramatic.
really did it. I was thinking like she did it at one point.
I mean, yeah, I anytime I watch a drama like that, I just get into so into it because I'm like, I could only wish that my life would ever be this dramatic.
While wearing like $1,000 worth of like clothing. Fresh Prince, Sister Sister,
All of
those
that.
have all been, yeah, like what else? 90 Day Fiance.
Oh my God.
There's something
I,
else, but I can't remember.
my roommate has been watching a lot of that lately, 90 Day, and I'll
They
watch it,
make
but like some of it is just so cringe.
I
Like
know. I know, I love it. I think what, yeah, it's just a crazy show. And I think it's crazy that they make so much money off it because there's so many spin-offs. It's like, wait,
yeah,
which one is this? This is like volume 3,
before the
season
90
5.
days, after the
Yeah,
90 days,
after. What's next?
happily ever after 90.
Yeah.
It's gonna be their next
Um,
one.
I forgot what else I was watching. There was one point in the pandemic I was just watching Space Odyssey for like a whole week. Like I would just
Over
put
and
it on.
over.
Yeah.
How do you watch that just over and over?
I don't know. I
Well,
was
I think that probably gives us some insight as to like where you were for that specific week of time.
this is my comfort viewing.
Yeah.
Control is coming. But no, yeah. I think those are really what I've been watching, binging. Um, I'll watch Drag Race here and there just because at this point I feel like there's nothing to watch anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, not at all. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end it on a light note.
I know, because this could have gone so dark.
Exactly.
Like with the world right now. I know I was getting already. It's like, well, if he says this, I'm gonna say this, and if people don't like it, then maybe they'll cancel me. I don't even know.
You're like, am I gonna get canceled? Can I get canceled?
Is he gonna talk about? I'm not even gonna say anything. Is he gonna talk about medical choice? But
Yeah,
I
well,
don't know, bro.
thank you
This is
for
nice.
yeah, thank you for making time to hang out and chat and update everyone on what Duderella is up to.
Yeah, no, for sure. Thanks for having me here,
Absolutely.
Duderella. Chris is, I think, at the studio.
Being
Um,
Duderella.
and thanks for the listeners. And thank you for checking up on us.
Yeah, absolutely.